Hi, Stamping Friends. It's Marilyn here at Stamping Creations with Marilyn, coming to you on this Thursday, October 27th, from Spruce Grove, Alberta, Canada. And thank you for commenting. Thank you for joining me. If you're new and if you're returning, you're all welcome. I love having you all here and joining in the lovely community that we have. I was watching comments. I didn't know I could do that prior to starting, and I see Lou is here. Good evening, Lou. And Betty. Let me just see if I can do this. I have Betty's comment up on the screen. She got all her cards done from yesterday's class and her prep work for tomorrow. You're a real stamping machine, Betty. Way to go. Way to go. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. I will go through my usual thing and let you know a few things that are happening in Stampin' Up! World as well as mine. And then we are going to make a cute, cute, cute Christmas card using the Scottie dog, as you probably saw in my um, title of the event, as well as my post that I put on this group earlier. Um, I would be on the group in Facebook. Didn't do that in YouTube. Sorry about that over in YouTube, people. So first of all, I would like to mention the classes that I run every month. I have 12 months of Christmas cards that happen the second Thursday of each month at 1 o'clock. All of these classes are on Zoom, so you can join from anywhere. And if you do want the kits, that I can only send in Canada, and I do need some lead time on those to get them to you. As Betty from Calgary knows, even from Spruce Grove to Calgary sometimes takes a long time. So I also have a monthly card class the third Wednesday of each month. And I have our Friday Zoom class, Zoom with Friends class, we call it. We have so much fun with this class. Just we have people joining from all over, and you use your own supplies. Someone does teach, whether it's me or others that volunteer to, and we just have fun creating together and sharing ideas and laughing. We do lots of laughing in this class. so so hopefully you'll think about joining me there. Just reach out and let me know if you'd like to. So I will carry on. The one thing I do want to share, because it's only good for a little while yet, is the Starter Kit Plus. If any of you have ever considered that you would like to get more for your dollar, this is the time to do it. Up until October 31st, which is Monday, you can join Stampin' Up! For $135, and you get $206 worth of product. Great, great deal. It's always the best deal, no matter whether they have a special on or not. But this one is extra special because you get, normally you would get $165 worth, now you get 206. So think about it. If you have any questions, let me know. There's no pressure to sell, no pressure to have classes. We have lots and lots of our team members that have our demonstrators as far as Stampin' Up! Is concerned, and all they do is buy for themselves at a discount. So that's always a real plus. So usually I have a question for you. You can see I'm going to my desktop shortly. My question today is, when I was putting on my sweater for tonight, I thought, kind of reminds me of Coastal Cabana. So why don't I ask the ladies if you have a favorite Stampin' Up! Color, and do your clothes um, reflect that? Do you have lots in your closet that are that color? So I'll switch down to my desktop and I'll show you with this chart of colors why I thought mine was that way. And I'm going to go back and look at a few comments while you're chiming in and letting me know what's good for you. I have all kinds of people. Marie, Wendy, and Grimshaw. Yes, yes, Wendy here today too. Um, Facebook user from Windy Pincher Creek. I suspect that's Gail. If you are wanting your name to go in the draw, which happens at the end of each of my Facebook Lives, I do a draw for 5 of the cards I have. Not recent ones, they're just cards I have in my stash. You do need to have give StreamYard permission to let your name show up here. So I see Karen, hello, Diana, Betty, Lou. Yes, awesome, awesome. Good to see all of you. I have one here. I just wanted to highlight. This is the kind of answers I'm looking for. Diana says, love any purple. And I do tend to buy clothes with purple in them. So that would be any of the purples in the Stampin' Up! Colors. So as you can see here, when I laid this next to my sweater, Coastal Cabana was pretty close. The other color that I am drawn to lots is Pacific Point, which we will be using for the card tonight. And if any of you have followed me on any of my social media, newsletters, anything, that is my my color that I use everywhere. So that's one of my favorites. But these would be along your lines, Diana. But we have so many great colors. And as you can see on the display here, they keep changing. Well, these keep changing. These are the in colors from a few years ago, as you can see. And these are the most recent ones. But I keep this on my desk because I do think, oh, what would go with what? And you can lay them, those look like they're all the same greens, but they're not really, that kind of thing. So it's a good um, tool to have with you. The other thing I want to share before it goes away is the fitting florets. It's not going away for a while, as you can see by the dates. Available November 1st to customers, but if you're a demonstrator and if you sign up as a demonstrator by October 31st, you can add this to your starter kit. So it is a collection, and in that collection you get dies and this stamp set as a bundle, and they will be in the new mini catalog coming out in January. So it's kind of a sneak peek to them. And I haven't put anything together yet. I want to do a class with this. I've seen lots and lots of samples, so I'm gathering those, and I will be sharing with you. And as well, I was thinking I should check, but I see you're on there, so it must be. We're online. Um, for the special for the month of November, while supplies last, you can get these cute gold adhesive back swirls. Can you see the swirl in them? Aren't they gorgeous? Plus, you can get a Christmas stamp set that will fit in those ovals and use for that. And designer paper. And again, you can see my colors, right? As well as the blues. So lots of beautiful, beautiful papers that you can use for Christmas or any other time. And as always, Stampin' Up! Does a great job of having them double-sided. You have all kinds of choices. And they are called Fitting Florets Designer Paper. So they've done something a little different with this collection in the fact that they named the dies and the stamp set the same name. And the designer paper. So we should be able to remember what it's called. Those of you who've been around for a while, like I have, you're forever thinking, okay, which die set goes with which, with what, and whatever. So continue saying hello, um, visiting with each other. That's what this is all about, is a great community that we have where we can share ideas, carry on. So tonight, my little Scottie dog, as you can see, I still have the little box here, is going to be made into a Christmas card. I did post a picture of this. I hope you liked it and would consider making such as well. The set is a bundle, and it comes as a punch and a stamp set. And the two of them together are $50.25. So quite a reasonable dollar amount for anybody just wanting to start out with a couple of tools like this. So lots of things. It does say Merry Christmas, but may your days be free and bright. Doesn't have to be Christmas. You are always loved. There are some snowflakes, but I've seen lots and lots of things done with it for not for Christmas, like this one. I mean, if you look in the catalog, this one is not really Christmassy. This one does say Merry Christmas. This one says you are always loved. And if we go to the back, page 73, remember to always go to the back section of your catalog. And this one, I will make one of these at some point. They've taken the bow from the top of here, punched it out a number of times, and made a wreath with it. And I thought that was a great use of it. Just something different there. So share that with you. The annual catalog, of course, is still in effect until April. Anything you want out of there, just keep in touch. Great. Yes, keep commenting on the clothes selection. I will read them all after if I can't keep up. And obviously I can't because I'm busy doing other things. Okay, so this card, I'll put my little Scottie over there, starts out with, I guess I should see if there's any questions that you, hello, Tammy, good to see you there. Bonnie, Ines, Faye, fantastic. Thank you guys. And I really, really do appreciate all of you joining in and just having a great time for this 30, 45 minutes, whatever we do each week. Carmen, good to see you there too. Always feel like I'm closer to you when I can see your name on there. So, okay, the card is something that I have cased from Lena Gersa. And I just thought it was so cute. And it was, when I did the box a few weeks ago, I made a lot of black Scottie dogs. And when I found this one with just a more of a gray color, I thought, oh, I like that. Just dump these out and show you what else I did. I made one in plaids. This is a bit darker. And I thought it was a bit too dark for what I wanted. So I saved him, but I stamped off before doing this one. And that's what I'll show you tonight. Then I have some of these that I did with embossing powder. This is just plain black, lots of bows. And another one, this one is black embossing powder on black cardstock and on white. And another bow to match with that. So I have this. No, what did I do? This one is stamped, and this one is real red stamped on Poppy Parade. So it gives you a nice color. This is just red stamped on white. And I thought I had stamped, oh, I did. I stamped the gray with that same plaid stamp that comes in the set. So when Lena did hers, the one I cased, she stamped it, and I'm going to show you that. I'm going to stamp and punch and whatever. But she had a punch that I do not have that she punched out for the little sweater to put on him. And I thought, you know what? I'm not going to let that stop me. I am going to okay. I don't need that one. I need this one. I'm going to stamp and just cut it. And to make sure that it lined up here and here, what I did, I know this isn't in the steps, but how you would do it if you were doing it, I'm sure, but I'm going to show you this part first anyway. I'm going to just make myself a checkered sweater. And then I'm going to take the punch and I'm going to punch, try and line it up. And something that she said, and I definitely do, is when you're doing this, you want to make sure that this line lined up with his feet. Otherwise, your plaid is going to be crooked. And of course, you have pieces all over. But I took that, just using, again, a scrap in my scrap drawer. And now I have the right shape to go over his body. So before I get there, I guess I should make my Scottie dog, hey? So I'm going to, this is, where did my card with all my directions? so I can give you the right information. It is smoky slate cardstock with basic gray ink. And as we learned in an earlier video, if you really want to have a solid stamp like this work well, you should use a Stamparatus. I'm not going to, just because I want to show you what can be done. So I'm going to stamp off, and then I'm going to stamp my image I want to use. And it just gives him more of a modeled, well, I'm calling it a modeled look. So that's basically all I need my basic gray for. Basic. I do find like that's quite wet, so I have to be careful I don't run my fingers through it. Of course, it wouldn't be the first time I had ink on my fingers. If you line the punch up like that, you will get your Scottie dog punched. So there is what we will use for our card. I'm just going to and I've got little bows laying all over, but I will pick them up later. He looks more real because his coloring is kind of hairy. Yes. Yeah, I think so. So then I thought, okay, I kind of need a piece that goes like that. So I just took my paper snips from the bottom there and I cut it like that. So that would be the back part of his little sweater. And then over here, I'm going to go from probably about there and just again go to meet up there. And that will be his little vest. And I think it works. If you do end up going to watch hers, you'll see how she did it with a different stamp and no, a different punch, not a different stamp. Okay, so then next in the scenario, we have the card base, which is Pacific Point. Leave that little, actually I should glue him because otherwise, you know what'll happen if I don't. Oh, and I do have to stamp the red bow. But because I punched it with the same punch, you can line up at least the top and the bottom well, like that. Okay, I'm going to use another piece of white. Let's finish this while I'm doing it. I'm going to stamp the bow, and then we can finish putting the puppy together. Who did you case? Lena Gersa is her name. She is from Ontario. I really like a lot of her designs. And she's a music teacher. So I can't remember what her website is called or her business name on Facebook, but LEENAGIRSA is her name. So there's my bow. And great use of little pieces of paper that I'm sure all of you have laying around. So I'm going to put that on just with liquid glue because I am going to raise the puppy with dimensionals when I put them on the card. Okay, so just a little bit of glue on there. And again, I find it, for me, it's easier to pick it up and hold it like that when I'm going to. If you want to put a little googly eye on there, that works well too. If you want to put some Wink of Stella on, works well. Okay, so then the bottom of my front layer, now this is something else that she showed, and I thought it was very interesting. She did the wintry 3D embossing folder, the snowflake one, and in order to have it, well, first of all, the rectangle is cut out with the stitched frames. Then she put this in like so, and then, sorry, I had it done so I didn't have my pieces over here, to put it through the cut and emboss machine. Normally you would have a 1 and a 4, but so that it only embossed partway down, what her tip was to lay this plate only partway down. So when you run it through, it only does part of it, but you don't have a line across. Whereas if you were to put this in like this and run it through, yes, you would get part of it in only part of it embossed, but you would have a line across here. So I really like that hint that she gave us there. Okay, so that's what happened with that. And now, under the pressure of camera, whatever, I'm going to see if I can stamp straight. And if not, whoever wins this card, it might not be straight. I think that's pretty good. And then I also stamped on the inside, if I remember correctly, Merry Christmas. So I have my white layer for inside. And notice on a lot of mine, you'll see that I put my words like this, not parallel, because when I'm stamping then I'm looking at the words, not the block. And I found so far, for the most part, I get the stamp straight when I do that. So I just keep moving stuff, moving. Then I'm going to put just a piece of designer paper along there. You can see I was playing with Scottie dog all over the place. So let's go back to this. I'm going to fold my 4 1/4 by 11. And I'm going to put my designer paper on. Now, you may wonder where that designer paper comes from. It's kind of deceiving because it is from the gnomes paper. There are some great designs in that paper, and one of them, I think it was right at the back, happens to have the snowflakes on it. So make sure you look at both sides of your paper when you get it like that, because it doesn't have to be like just gnomes for that one. So, okay. I will go back and read all the comments afterwards. Thank you, everyone, for leaving them. I really enjoy this community that we've built and appreciate you being here. Any newcomers, any that would like to share, let us know where you're watching from, because that's always interesting as well. I like to, especially when I'm gluing a little piece like this, I'm going to bring in my silicone mat, because quite often I run off the edge with my glue. And it looks like I've almost got a little too much on there. So if I do it here, and I'm going to leave just a, I don't know what I'd call that, maybe a 1/16 of an inch at the bottom. And see a little bit of glue on there. And I'm just trimming that so that it's exact, and I can put that on the inside. So wherever you're from, do you celebrate Halloween, and are you expecting lots of Halloweeners? We were discussing that yesterday, and I don't know if it's our age or what, but we can't remember how many we had last year, and it's something that I do not keep track of. Most of you who followed me for a while know that I do keep track of a lot of things, but that's one thing I don't. So I don't know how many treats I need. I do have my nephew and his little ones. I know they'll come. They live close by, not in Chicago like some of you, right, Carmen? But so I will certainly have something for them. And then, of course, our three little ones that are in, well, little, 8, 10, and 12, but that's pretty little, that are in Edmonton. And so I've made the paper pumpkin boxes from the kit for them. And I will be sharing with the neighbor has a couple little grandkids that will probably come by. So basically, it's a layer of Pacific Point again, my embossed layer that's stamped, and then my little puppy's going to go on there. So I did not put any bling or sparkle. I'm thinking I probably won't. I like him the way he is. But of course, if you were making it, you would put whatever you like. I can, if anybody's interested, I can put dimensions of this in the description later. I love it, Carmen. I'm just going to share that because that is a neat idea. Oops. See what Carmen says? We are going as a family of 4 Ninja Turtles and our dog being Splinter. Great idea. Thanks for sharing, Carmen. Yes, it's a whole different holiday event, whatever you want to call it, when you have little ones. And Carmen has 2 little ones, so it I will be anxiously waiting to see pictures, Carmen. So, and hello, Carmen Carnegie. I see you're here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, yeah, I don't know how many Halloweeners we will have, but we will be around. So I'm hoping the weather will stay good because, like I saw Diana's message earlier, that it's really fun to see the littles as they come around, and they're so excited. I so there, that would be our card. I do have some happy mail to share with you, as always. And we will take it from there. I have had a request to do a class for the Scottie dog. That may be in the works too. Depends on how much time I get to doing such. But I'll certainly let you all know, and maybe we can just do a Zoom online, and I'll show you a bunch of different things with it. But it is a great set. So, okay, here's another one that we should share because the ladies in my class at the seniors home in Onaway made the paper pumpkin boxes this morning. So they made 28, and I had enough, so they had 52. They have 52 one for all the rest of the residents. Perfect. That's great. I presume that's you, Bonnie, and I don't know why it's saying Facebook user. Maybe you're on a different device that you haven't given StreamYard permission, because I know that you've been on here before with it. So, okay. So let's look at some happy mail, unless there's any other questions. Love happy, yes. This one, again, on this group, I do share my pictures of my team swap cards. And this is one that I received today. Thank you, Nancy. And I looked at this and I felt it, and yes, it's got a raised surface, and I love the watercoloring effect, and the coloring is gorgeous, and there is some Wink of Stella. And then when I looked at the list that she sent, it says tissue paper. So another great technique that we can take and run with kind of thing. So thank you, Nancy. This one is from Sharon, a thank you card, and I love how she's used this paper. Again, strips. It looks like, yeah, they're not even joined here, so she obviously cut out of the corner and just kept going and in smaller ones. So great idea, Sharon. Thank you. This is one from Bonnie, and Bonnie did emboss the envelope as well, which is something that we have been seeing a lot more of. And she's embossed here, the same folder. It looks like a bit of color flicking. And the, not even evergreen die cut, and the shimmer paper that is the same color. Beautiful, beautiful card, Bonnie. Thank you so much. This is the one I did for our swap, and it is done with that leaf folder on the copper and the brushed metallic. I guess it's not just the copper. It's that one that has the 3 different shimmer papers in it. This, look at that, I got 2 of those. This is the one we did in our team meeting the other night, and I thought it was just a great fold for simple, easy, quick cards and some designer paper. We all decided that you could do it portrait, but it would not stand up. Well, kind of. Karen, I know that's an important thing when you're in, so I don't think that would quite work. But I love how easy it is to, you just fold it, you put an embossing folder if you want, and do your stamping and your designer paper. So I thought I would share that. Then last week in our Zoom with Friends on Friday, Diana, who's on here, taught us this card. Now it looks a lot more difficult than it was, but it does stand up. And she has put Link of Stella on poinsettia there, some rhinestones, beautiful colors. Thank you, Diana. And this is the one I made while she was teaching class. Whoops. Got it stuck where I shouldn't have. Obviously. And it sits like that. So it's more of a fall color with the little bird on it, whatever. So you can use whatever colors. And that's the joy of us doing that Zoom with Friends on Friday, is that everybody uses whatever they have. And they turn out gorgeous, just beautiful. So that's 2 the same there. And then I just wanted to share with you the cards we did yesterday in our Stamp a Stack of Christmas cards, just because I really love them and the ladies like them. Thank you for joining me. So I'm just going to quickly show you those. We do 5 of them, all different designs, different colors, different folds, and we just have a good time visiting while we're doing them. So again, those are Zoom classes if you're interested, and that one opens that way. So some great cards there. So thank you so much for all of that. There are my 2 cards and my little Scottie dog there. And I'm going to move over to share my screen so I can do the draw for all of you who are. Okay, Ines, which one? Can we get instructions for that one you have? If you can let me know further which one. And while I'm going to do this, I will giveaway tool, share it. Okay, hopefully you can see that. I have 14 people who have given StreamYard permission to show their name, and I draw for 5 cards, and there's no provision in this tool to remove your name if you're drawn. So we've had quite a number of them in the past have their name drawn twice. So it doesn't matter to me. Kathy Jean, welcome, Kathy. Didn't even know you were here. Good to see you. So when I draw again, that's to make more on YouTube. Your name may come up again, but it may not. So good to see some new names there. Look at that. How did that happen? I guess the joys of computers, hey? I hope you understand that. This is, I also have at the end, Lou, and I do need you to message me your addresses, please. You're also on YouTube. It looks like YouTube's winning the race this time. Um, please, in Messenger or somehow message me your address for these because I do mail them out. Carmen, Carmen C, not Carmen A. And one more. And then I will share with you who won the card from last week. I have that as well. Kathy. Wow, you get a whole package of cards this time, Kathy. Way to go. Thank you so much for um, sharing, coming on with me. Let me find the right buttons and I'll come back to you. So, see if I can adjust my camera a little bit. So, thank you ever so much, all of you. Double winner. Yeah. I did reach out to StreamYard and ask if there was a way that I could adjust things so that didn't happen, and they said not at this moment. So, anyway, it will be what it is. So, last week's card was just a minute. I'm backwards like the ladies on my Zoom call. Was the one where I showed the mirroring technique, and that card goes to Judy W. And to win the card of the week like that, I do go through usually Thursday afternoon and pick enter all the names that have commented whether you watch the live or the replay. I enter all of those into the wheel of names, it's called, and do the draw there. And that's how Judy won. So that is that one. So hopefully you have a good week, have a great Halloween, and barring anything unforeseen, I will see you next week. Take care, everyone.